Page 18, Hatikvah, I don't know how to pronounce that thing, as you get it there. It says the word starts with an H and ends with an H, and you can, whatever it is, all right. That, we're going to do that. The thing they're pointing out is about the stems. In music, a lot of times the editor or the composer will suggest to you which hand to use to play which notes. And the hands could be playing notes in the same staff. Yeah. So it could be either staff, and you play some notes with one hand, and then you'd be playing other notes with the other hand, all right? Well, the idea is, how do you know? And the answer is, look at the stems. If it's done that way, you look at the stems. Now, if it isn't done that way, it's clear that the right hand's playing the top staff and the left hand's playing the bottom staff. Don't bother looking at the stems. They won't help you, okay? But in some cases, when they're mixed up, look at the stems to help you. For instance, in the first two measures of this piece, all the stems are going down. But if you look at the second measure, those two notes are in the upper staff. Well, they're telling you they want you to play that with the left hand, though. Okay? Normally, when you get E's in the upper staff like that, the stems would go up. But they put them down to tell you use the left hand. Then for the last two measures, the stems all go up. Well, the whole note doesn't have a stem, but yeah, if it did, it would go up. You use the right hand. Then in the second line, the first two measures, the stems are going down, right? So even though the first two notes in that first measure, first two notes, the two notes in the first measure are in the upper staff, you'd still play them with the left hand because the stems are going down. Confusing? Yeah, it can get confusing. I agree. So as far as which hand is playing it, follow the stems. I can tell you straight out, if you're getting confused, in this piece, for all four lines, the left hand's playing the first two measures and the right hand's playing the last two measures. Okay, ooh. Now, it says F at the beginning of this, forte. And then in third measure, you got a crescendo till you get louder. So get very loud there, I suppose. In the second line, you can get softer and blah, blah. You can do that on your own, all right? And then the third line, it says P for piano. So then you got to come way down. So the first two lines are loud or louder. The second two lines are soft or sort of soft, whatever. And there is a repeat sign at the end. So we are going to play this twice. I like to play it together, both of us together, at the same time. Now they've added some trickiness in this piece for the right hand. Take a look at the second line. It's actually the second and fourth line. They're identical. It doesn't matter. The first two measures are played by the left hand like you've normally been doing. Then take a look what they did on the third measure. They're telling you to use your right hand, put the index finger on the B, this is down here, and play the rest of it. Well, this hand, the left hand's got to move out of the way then, right? It's just got to get out. Now when you're doing that, the hand that's the new hand coming in usually goes on top and the other hand just slips out from underneath. So to play the second line for you, it would be here. Left hand has to stay out of the way until you start the third line. Then the left hand has to play that A. Well, to do that, the right hand's got to get out of the way. So the left hand comes in on top, and the right hand gets out of the way. And now the bottom line is the same thing. So your right hand's moving around a little bit, causing the left hand to have to move to get out of the way. Now when you get down to the bottom, the last couple measures, because the left hand had to move anyway, and it doesn't seem to have a home now, you can go ahead and put it down on your lap if you want to, as you play those last two measures in the right hand. 4/4 times, so I'll give you 4 counts and let's try this out. So where do the hands go? Well, if you look at the first note of the first measure, that A has a 5 under it, indicating fifth finger. So we'll put your fifth finger on the A, the other fingers just go wherever. That's the hand position for the left hand. Then in the third measure, when the right hand does come in, it's got a 2 on the F, so we'll put the 2 here, and that's the position for the right hand. Now this is interesting because now the thumbs are both sharing the E. Well, a piano key is not really wide enough for 2 fingers at once like that, at least not for my fingers, they're too wide. So what happens is it's going to be one hand or the other plays the E. Sometimes it might be the left hand, sometimes it might be the right hand. But whichever hand it is, then the other thumb's got to get out of the way. That's the way that works. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Off. At the bottom of this, da-da, is a teacher's part again. And I'd like to do the teacher's part with you while you play this, what we just played. And we're going to repeat it too. All right, so I'll give you 4 counts, or I'll give us 4 counts, and then we'll play this together. So you can listen to the teacher's part, but you got to concentrate on your part to get your part right, because it's different than the teacher's part. 1, 2, ready, go. Repeat. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.